I'm Dave from CMX Games, and in this video you're going to learn about miners and company houses, and how company houses protect your miners from unrest and the cemetery in Copper Country. At the beginning of the game, you will have 4 miners in the unskilled section of your ledger, and 1 miner that you've contracted onto the game board at any camp. Skilled, contracted miners on the game board are the driving force behind your copper production, and they have 2 states. They can be ready, which means they are standing up, or they can be exerted, which means they are placed face down on the game board. As part of the work action, your ready miner may first move to any adjacent mine site before exerting to work. For example, this miner could work any of the 6 mine sites adjacent to the camp where the miner is currently ready. This miner could work his current mine site, or, as part of the work action, could move to any one of these 3 adjacent mine sites before exerting to work. As part of the stockpile action, your miner may first move to an adjacent camp before exerting to stockpile. This miner could stockpile at their current camp, while this miner could choose to move to either one of the 2 adjacent camps before exerting to stockpile. Unskilled miners on your ledger represent the unskilled laborers working in and around all of your mines at all times. Your unskilled miners are a barrier between your skilled contracted miners and the unrest and cemetery areas of the game board. When you resolve a production card by choosing a row with unrest or cemetery icons, for each such icon, you must take either the miner that initiated the work action or one of your unskilled miners from your ledger and place that miner in the corresponding unrest or cemetery areas of the game board. If, as a result, the miner that initiated the work action is no longer at the mine site, you must stop working after you resolve your current shift. The immigrate and negotiate actions allow you to replenish your workforce by moving your miners from the cemetery to unrest, and from unrest back to unskilled on your ledger. By building company houses and working at the mine sites adjacent to them, you increase your miners' safety and loyalty, protecting your miners from the unrest and cemetery areas of the game board. You may build a company house on an unoccupied company house build space within any one of the 4 camps on the game board in eras 1, 2, or 3. While working a mine site, once per turn, you may use one of the following company house abilities, but only if you have that ability's minimum number of company houses at the camps adjacent to the mine site you're working. If you have 1 or more company houses at the camps adjacent to the mine site you're working, you may ignore one unrest icon on a production card. Or, if you have 2 or more company houses at camps adjacent to the mine site you're working, you may ignore one cemetery icon on a production card. Or, if you have 3 or more company houses at the camps adjacent to the mine site you're working, you may discard a production card you revealed and draw a new production card for that shift. The more company houses you have, the more choice you have, but remember, you may only use 1 company house ability per turn. Once you've used a company house ability, your miners are unprotected if you choose to continue working.